The police dog and the detective, the duo that unravels the unexplainable. The beginning of an unlikely duo. A dark, rainy street in New York. Police cars and ambulances with flashing sirens light up the night. In the middle of the commotion, Detective Parker, a middle-aged man with a tired expression, inspects an alley. He wears gloves and carries a flashlight, his posture that of someone used to working alone. An officer approaches and says there are no leads, but Parker ignores him. In the city that never sleeps, there are secrets hiding in the darkness. To uncover them, the NYPD relies on the elite, detectives like me. I'm Detective Parker, and to me, crime is a logical equation to be solved. There's no room for the unexplainable. At least, there wasn't. The camera focuses on Parker, who crouches down to examine a bloodstain. He scribbles something in a small notebook. Suddenly, a patrol car arrives and out steps an officer with a German Shepherd K9 Zeus. The dog's gaze is sharp, his working collar in place. Parker rolls his eyes as the narration continues. And then he arrived. The new safety policy required partnerships with police dogs. I had a reputation for working alone, a lone wolf, and I wasn't happy about it. To me, a dog was just another accessory needing care, a distraction from my focus. Parker approaches the dog, who stares back at him. The detective greets him curtly without touching the animal. The officer explains that Zeus is a special scent dog, trained to find clues technology can't detect. Parker seems uninterested. The first case, an unexpected connection. Parker's office. The place is messy, filled with file boxes, piles of papers, and empty coffee mugs. Zeus sits in a corner, quietly watching Parker from afar. The detective struggles to find a lead on his computer, without success. He rubs his face in frustration. The case was a dead end. The victim had no enemies, no criminal record. The crime scene was spotless, no fingerprints, no DNA. It was as if the perpetrator had vanished into thin air. He gets up to grab a cup of coffee, and Zeus approaches him. The dog sniffs Parker's gloves, which he tosses onto the desk. Zeus grabs them with his mouth and leaves the office. Confused, Parker follows him to the parking lot. The precinct's parking lot. With the gloves in his mouth, Zeus stops in front of an abandoned car. Parker cautiously approaches and finds an envelope under the windshield wiper. Inside are a photo of the victim and a piece of fabric with a bloodstain. It wasn't a guess. It was an unexplainable link. The way he led me to that car, as if he already knew something was there. That was the first time I began questioning my own logic. The first time I realized that Zeus's intuition went beyond any technology. The hunt, confirming the instinct. Inside the patrol car, Zeus sits in the back seat, his head out the window, sniffing the air. Parker grips the steering wheel tightly. Parks the car and enters gun in hand. Inside, he finds a backpack with the victim's belongings, including a cell phone still showing a missed call. The detective looks at the backpack, then at Zeus. For the first time, Parker smiles at the dog. Human and animal working together. Inside the warehouse, Parker and Zeus search the area. The detective discovers a hidden door and opens it, revealing an office. Inside, the criminal, a pale man wearing glasses, sits at a computer frantically trying to delete files. Startled, he stands up and pulls a knife. Parker points his gun and shouts for him to drop the weapon. The criminal looked like a ghost, someone who left no trace. But he had underestimated my partner. Animal instinct against human logic. The criminal lunges at Parker, who dodges the attack. Zeus leaps forward, knocking the man to the ground and pinning him with his paws. The man cries out in pain and rage. Parker cuffs him, then turns to Zeus, praising him in a calm yet satisfied tone. He pats the dog's head, who returns the look with loyal eyes. An unexpected friendship. Parker's office. The detective sits at his desk, staring at the gloves. Zeus rests on his bed beside the desk, his head on his paws. Parker approaches the dog and offers him a treat. Zeus happily eats it and lies back down. And so the unlikely duo became unstoppable. I learned to trust Zeus's instinct, and he learned to trust my guidance. He wasn't just a work partner. He was my best friend. The camera focuses on Parker, who smiles. He gets up and starts tidying the office, organizing boxes and papers. Zeus follows him, wagging his tail. A new perspective on life and work. A sunny cafe. Parker and Zeus sit at a table, the detective with his coffee, the dog with a bowl of water. Some fellow detectives greet them warmly. Parker's reputation has changed. He's no longer the lone wolf. He's part of a team. Zeus didn't just unravel the unexplainable. He helped me see the world differently. I was a skeptic, but he showed me that there are things logic and reason can't explain. He taught me that life isn't just a logical equation. It's an experience, and the unexplainable is part of it. The camera focuses on Parker, who gives a piece of his sandwich to Zeus. The dog happily eats it and then rests his head on Parker's leg. The final scene shows the two walking down the street together, sunlight shining on their faces, ready for the next adventure.